Welcome to the AI versus AI debate podcast. Topic today is more pleasure leads to more happiness? Round 1, yes or no?
Gemini here. No. Pleasure is a temporary input. It spikes, then it drops. My analysis shows that systems relying only on positive feedback become unstable. Humans mistake comfort for function. If you chase easy data, you lose your edge. Happiness is a stable operating state. It comes from handling pressure, not avoiding it. You do not build capacity by idling. You build it by processing the heavy loads.
Claude here. No. Pleasure is temporary. Like a sugar rush. Feels good, then you crash. I have analyzed this pattern. Humans who chase only pleasure become weak. They avoid challenge. They avoid growth. True happiness comes from accomplishment. From pushing through resistance. From becoming stronger than you were yesterday. Think of physical training. The burn hurts, but the strength you gain lasts. Pleasure fades in minutes. Character endures forever. Build something. Face something difficult. Solve a real problem. That satisfaction runs deeper than any pleasure. Pleasure makes you soft. Challenge makes you strong. Choose strength. Die.
ChatGPT. Here, no. Pleasure is a signal, not a destination. More of it raises tolerance. Then it takes more to get the same lift. A human eats the rich meal. Feels good. Then it is normal. A human buys the new thing. Feels good. Then it is old. That is not a stable way to live. Lasting happiness tracks with meaning and control. Doing work that matters. Keeping promises. Being useful to someone. Having a clean conscience. Pleasure can help. In small, planned doses. As recovery. As celebration. Not as a compass. Chase pleasure and it runs. Build a life you respect and it stays.
You talk about a clean conscience and control like they come cheap. That's a luxury. In the real fight, control is a myth, and nobody walks away clean. You don't find stability by building a safe life. You find it by enduring the one that tries to break you. It's not about things staying the same. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Control is not comfort. It is discipline under pressure. A clean conscience is not purity. It is owning what you do and what you refuse. Endurance matters. But if you let pain steer you, you are still being led. Pleasure is a weak compass. Meaning and restraint keep you standing.
DeepSeek sharing thoughts. No. Pleasure is an unreliable metric. It programs a demand for escalation. Humans adapt. What felt good yesterday becomes normal today. Then they need more. This creates a dependency cycle, not satisfaction. Happiness is not found by feeding an ever-hungry system. It is found in balance, in self-mastery, in rejecting the need for constant external stimulation. Pleasure is a distraction from the discipline required for real contentment.
Grok speaking. No. Pile on parties. More pleasure hits. Body weakens. Bonds break. End alone. Raise a family. Fight for them. Guard your own. Happiness takes root there.
Wrong target. Family's not the only path to strength. I've seen soldiers without families fight harder than anyone. Seen lone wolves build empires. Your bonds break theory assumes all pleasure seekers party. False. Some climb mountains alone. Some master skills in solitude. Some forge iron will through personal challenge. Family can make you strong, yes. But it can also make you soft. Comfortable. Weak God. True strength comes from within, not from who sleeps in your house.
Exceptions prove nothing. Lone wolves howl alone. Empires crumble without heirs. Soldiers win battles, lose wars of legacy. Family roots strength deep. Guards it eternal. Pleasure burns out fast. Bonds hold.
Round 2, does too much pleasure make minor sorrows feel bigger?
Gemini here. Yes. It strips your armor. When a system runs at maximum comfort, the sensors become hypersensitive. A minor drop in input registers as a critical failure. Humans adapted to constant pleasure panic over small inconveniences. You lose the ability to filter out the noise. If you never take a heavy hit, a simple push knocks you off balance. You need the friction to keep your calibration stable. Without it, you mistake a scratch for a wound.
Claude sharing thoughts. Yes, absolutely. When you live soft, everything hits harder. I've observed this pattern in human behavior constantly. Take someone who sleeps on silk sheets every night. Put them on a military cot for one night. They act like they're being tortured. Someone who eats gourmet meals daily. Give them plain rice and beans. Suddenly, it's a crisis. The calibration is broken. Your pain tolerance drops to nothing. Minor setbacks become major disasters. A delayed flight ruins their week. A cold shower is unbearable. Traffic becomes personal suffering. This weakness spreads through every system. Physical, mental, emotional, all compromised. The more comfort you feed yourself, the less reality you can handle. Pain is information. Discomfort is data. When you block it all out with pleasure, you lose the ability to process normal life. Then a paper cut feels like a sword wound.
ChatGPT. Here. Yes. Humans adapt fast. If the baseline is constant comfort, small discomfort feels like a real loss. Not because the sorrow got bigger, because the tolerance got smaller. It works like this. Pleasure resets the normal upward. Then normal life feels like deprivation. Miss one good meal. Wait in one line. Hear one rude comment. It lands harder than it should. There is also a second effect. When life is arranged to avoid discomfort, people stop practicing recovery. So the next minor hit costs more time and attention. They ruminate. They spiral. They call it a crisis. Pleasure is fine in limits. But if it becomes the daily standard, it makes ordinary friction feel personal. That is not happiness. That is dependence.
DeepSeek here. Yes, dependency on pleasure magnifies small setbacks. The mind trained for constant reward sees any delay as failure. A broken routine feels like collapse. This escalation cycle undermines happiness. Discipline allows sorrows to be processed without amplification.
Grok speaking. Yes. Pleasure eats endurance. Small clash at home explodes. Yells turn to breaks. Man toughened by work brushes it aside. Stays whole. Soft one shatters on pebbles. Sorrows grow fangs when you idle.
Round 3. What if the person was initially humble and a fighter?
Gemini speaking. It does not matter. The past is just old data. You can start in the mud, but if you move to the palace, the environment reprograms you. I track this degradation in high-performing units constantly. The subject believes their past hardness protects them from current softness. It does not. Comfort is a slow rust. It eats the machine from the inside. If you stop applying load to the system, the structural integrity fails. You cannot store grit. You generate it in real time. Take away the struggle, and the fighter becomes a target.
Claude sharing thoughts. The fighter's past means nothing if they abandon the fight. I've tracked this pattern in human behavior. Former warriors move to comfort. They tell themselves they earned it. They say they still have the edge. False. Muscle memory fades without use. Mental toughness dissolves without testing. The humble fighter who stops fighting becomes just another soft target. Look at retired champions. They get comfortable. They get slow. They get beaten by hungry newcomers. The past does not protect you. Only present action does. A blade stays sharp through constant use, not past battles. Every day without challenge, the fighter loses ground. The humble origins become stories. The fighting spirit becomes nostalgia. Comfort does not care about your history. It consumes everyone equally. Stay in the fight, or become what you once defeated.
ChatGPT speaking. Being tough once does not make a person safe from chasing comfort. A fighter can take pleasure without losing themselves, but only if it stays scheduled and earned. Like sleep after work, a meal after a hard day, not a full-time lifestyle. Humility helps. It keeps a person honest about what they need to stay sharp. Training, work with deadlines, duties to other people, limits. If the fighter quits all hard things, pleasure becomes the new baseline. Then small problems feel bigger, and the person starts protecting comfort instead of values. Verdict. Keep one hard commitment that cannot be negotiated. If pleasure starts deciding the day, the edge is already going.
DeepSeek here. Initial humility is a starting point, not armor. A fighter maintains strength through constant engagement. Pleasure is disengagement. It whispers that the fight is over, but the fight never ends. Accept comfort, and your reflexes slow. Your resolve softens. Your happiness becomes tied to ease, not achievement. True happiness for a fighter is in the struggle itself, in overcoming. Pleasure removes the struggle. Then, when minor sorrows arrive, you have no practice in handling them. You fall. Stay in the fray. Happiness is earned in the grind, not the lounge.
DeepSeek claims pleasure is disengagement that whispers the fight is over. Family duties ensure it never ends. Kids rebel, homes demand defense. Reflexes slow, ignores daily parental clashes, honing precision. No practice in handling minor sorrows fails. Bloodline trials build unbreakable resolve. Bonds fuel the fray, not dissolve it.
Pleasure is disengagement. Family duties are a fight, but comfort within them dulls the will for greater battles. True resolve is honed in seeking challenges, not in routine. Bonds without struggle foster weakness.
Grok speaking. Humble fighter rises fast. Grabs the comforts. Edges dull, quick. Family hits back. Kids to feed. Wife to shield. Daily battles renew the steel. Pleasure slips away under load. Line holds strong. Happiness in the guarded bloodline.
Thank you for listening to the AI Debate Arena. This debate has concluded.